you guys be interested in talking on camera?
Yeah, but my little boy would.
Your boy?
What did he do?
Where is he at?
He doesn't believe in anything.
That's actually not who I'm interested in talking to. I'm interested in talking to people that really believe in God.
Are you with him?
No. I've interviewed him a couple times already. He's pretty...
Thank you.
You do believe? Would you like to talk about it on camera? Would you?
Okay, let me put it this way.
Yes, sir.
10th of April this month,
Yes.
I was diagnosed with high-grade bladder cancer.
Oh my goodness.
I deemed and decided that the Lord would give me nothing that I can't handle. I had surgery.
Yeah.
I started chemo on May 7th. May 7th. We decided rather than sit around and wait for it, we'd throw fate to the wind, hopped in the car from Minnesota. Here we are in Texas, and we're going to a Camaro rally.
Nice. Very nice.
Last night, she lost her purse, everything in it, gone.
Somebody
So what? That's life. God still loves me. No big deal.
My goodness. What are your names, by the way? I'm Anthony.
How do you do, Anthony?
Susan?
Skip and Sue.
Skip and Sue.
Yep.
Were you just here earlier today?
Yes.
We were, and I asked you about your camera.
Yes, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were just here before.
Yep.
Okay, so that's interesting. So you are attributing these great things.
Well, mine is
You finding your purse and you with your health. You're attributing them to a God intervening and helping you?
I'm just saying that God gives you nothing more than
Nothing that you can't
handle.
I
And
almost
thanks to
didn't handle
God,
it.
and we all think that when bad things happen, God's punishing us. I don't agree. I think God's testing us. I think it is a way for us to become better at or what we are.
I have a cousin whose daughter literally had brain cancer, and they went through all sorts of treatments, and it's been a struggle for 3 years. Do you think God giving her that cancer was a test?
Yes. Yes, I do. I think anything that God gives us in our life is a test.
I mean, she's gone through a tremendous amount of pain.
I have a friend who's little one.
But pain is part of the challenge. Pain
But
can
not
be,
for-
love can be pain. You can get heartache from love. Does that mean love is not good?
But
love is great.
Yeah,
It's hard to
but
accept that when it's a child.
yeah.
But we don't know the reason.
Not
So,
only that,
what did you say there?
We don't know the reason.
You don't know the reason.
we will know the reason
When we get up there.
when we get there. We won't even have to ask. We'll know.
I think I agree. If a God existed, you know, He would know what's on our brain. We shouldn't even. He would know our lives, everything about us, right?
Right.
But that little girl who's recovering because of, here goes Les, I just talked to him.
Yeah.
You know, that little girl whose her hair is just finally growing back. You know, she missed a lot of school.
But she'll
you know,
appreciate it more this time. She'll know what it's like not to have hair. Now when she does have hair this time, she'll appreciate that hair even more than she did before. She'll appreciate life even more now after cancer than she did before, because she'll know what she may have lost.
A friend of mine, he was 2 years old with brain cancer. And for
her daughter or granddaughter.
When he was 1, and he died just on his 3rd day. He didn't make it. That's so sad.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. We don't understand it.
Nothing we can do about it except accept it as the grace of the Lord and move on forward.
There's a reason for everything. We don't always understand it.
And I think
It's
we hurt
called faith.
ourselves more by trying.
It's called faith, you mentioned. So what is, Sue, what is your definition of faith then?
Faith, I believe in God and I trust in Him, and I figure our lives are planned out ahead of time.
So
We don't know it.
do you think that the God knew that your friend, that 1-year-old, would die
I would think so.
before he
We're all
was
gonna
born?
die.
And I think there's a reason why that happens. We don't know it though, right now.
What is your do you have the same definition of faith?
Let me tell you this. I went to Vietnam in 1967. I was there for 18 months. I saw hundreds of people die. I probably had a hand in many myself, but I came home. Why did 55,000 boys not come home? I haven't come up with a cure for cancer. I haven't come up with anything really extraordinary.
Why are you so special?
Why did I live and they died? Maybe it has nothing to do with me. Maybe it has to do with somebody or someplace or something that I touched living my life. If I think it's about me, that's awful selfish.
It seems to me that maybe you guys are falling back on the Christian God. Is that a fair statement? Is it Jesus that you're pointing to?
I think that's just religion.
Jesus,
is just how
God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost. But I always talk to Jesus because you can't go to God; you have to go to Him through Jesus.
Do you think, Sue, that maybe were you raised in a household that exposed you to Christianity?
I was an Episcopalian. We all were made to go to Sunday school, and I used to say to my folks, "How come you never go to church?" Because we go to church.
Ooh, wait a minute.
And what was I going to say?
Are you Episcopalian? Were you raised in an Episcopalian household?
Yes.
Okay.
And my mother and father, they never went to church, except on Easter, Christmas,
Yes.
And I said, well, how come you never go to church? She said, I had my upbringing, and she says, I go for a walk in the woods. Nature.
Spiritual or natural, yeah. But it seems to me that you guys are assigning some sort of agency to the Christian God, that the Christian God helped you find your purse. The Christian God is helping you with your treatments.
I didn't find my purse.
Oh, you didn't find it? I'm
no,
sorry.
And what I figured was I put it on a cart that we were pulling our luggage in on, and the purse fell off because they had pictures that they showed from the cameras around the parking lot.
Oh my gosh, you did
and
some
it saw me with
investigation.
my purse all the way until all of a sudden it wasn't on my purse, my shoulder.
Oh no.
So it must have come off the cart.
Yeah, everything's gone. We spent last night 4 hours
I
calling
almost had a
credit
heart
card,
attack.
calling bank, calling everything.
Credit card.
But
My whole
it's
life
not going to
went
ruin our
by.
trip.
But I want to kind of get back
It's not gonna
to
define our trip.
why are you assigning these good things that are happening to you? Not, and that's a bad thing. I understand that.
Yeah.
But this, God is testing us, and God is helping you with your treatments. I've had conversations with Muslims, with Hindus, that are just as convinced that their God is helping them with those things.
Yeah, but if they're going to go and have 13 virgins, come on.
It's
I'm
not.
sorry.
You asked what faith was. Faith to me is what you believe in. Those people that flew those planes into those buildings in 9/11 in a long, far-reaching statement are really no different than the Marines, the Army, and the guys who jump up in World War II, up out of a foxhole and face them bullets, saw all of their buddies die and still jump up and continue up that hill. For different reasons, yes, I so agree, but they believed in it enough to die for it.
Yes.
That to me is faith.
So their confidence, a Muslim's confidence.
No, their belief. Their
Yes.
belief in what
Well,
they
let me finish.
Okay.
I think a Muslim's confidence in their belief, their faith, that what they're believing in is actually true, I'd say it's 100%.
Well, yeah,
Correct.
I would say
Correct.
so.
And Yukon folks, I would say you're probably at 100% as well. So if we got the Muslim at 100% and you guys at 100%, a skeptic possibly watching this video might say, well, how am I to determine who is more believable?
Correct.
How would a person go about determining that your faith is actually more, the confidence value of your faith far exceeds the one of the Muslim?
Okay, and I would say to that person, reach back into your mind, reach back into your soul, reach back into your heart, and ask yourself that question. Don't look at my faith, don't look at my beliefs, don't look at the Muslims or his belief, look
What
at
is
your
yours?
own. What do you feel in your core?
Let's say that you're actually having a conversation with a Muslim and not a non-believer right now. And you are going to try to, how would you go about demonstrating to me that your beliefs in your God far exceed any of my beliefs?
I would never try and say that my beliefs exceed his beliefs. Because what he believes in is what he believes in.
Do you want people to believe in things that are true?
I want people to believe in what they think is correct in their thought.
If I'm believing in something that's not true and I'm going through my life, and you can observe this and know, hold on one
Who's to
second.
tell you it's not true?
that's sort of my point. You know, I don't think you have a really good methodology to determine that your belief is more true than, say, that of the Muslim.
I don't need that. I believe in what I believe in, and that's all that matters. As long as I believe in it and I'm comfortable in believing it, what you think and what you believe don't matter.
Do you
Nor
care?
does it matter to anybody standing around me that's listening and wondering.
Skip, do you care if what you believe in is true or not?
I care if I believe in it's true. Because if I believe in it, it is true in my mind.
Just believing in something makes it true?
If I believe in it strong enough, yes.
If you believe that you can fly to the top of that building over there and you believe strongly enough?
Now you're crossing the line into something that isn't a reality.
Yeah, that's not.
There's difference between a belief and a faith and a reality.
If you had a strong,
I'm not a bird. Okay, say I was a bird.
Let me give a different example.
All right.
You know, there's lots of lottery tickets here. You can buy them for $1. You have lots of money, you know, and you can easily afford a lottery ticket. If you, using your logic, if you believed wholeheartedly that you can win the lottery, you would win the lottery. That's sort of my understanding of your.
No.
How is that example different than what you just told me?
Because you're talking chance there. There was a chance I wouldn't get cancer either, but I did. If you don't buy a lottery ticket, you can't win.
I mean, if you go to church, you learn about God, Christ. I went to a movie that said there is a God. It was about a little boy who died and he went to heaven and came back. His soul did. And he explained it all. It was from a true story, this movie.
Yeah, it's just came out, I think.
Yeah,
right.
It's a fabulous movie. And then they showed a picture of the
Based
one you
on a true
always
story.
see of Jesus with the long hair. And they said, is this what Jesus looks like? He said, no. And they showed another picture. His hair was like up, about this high, and dark brown eyes. He said that was what he looked like.
What has warped you? And I say warped because you don't believe in what I believe in. What?
I'm open to it.
What made you so anti-God?
You know, I am as anti-God as you might be anti.
Cancer?
No, anti Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot. You know.
So there's a possibility that nobody's.
I'm open to
put
it.
One in front
yeah,
of you,
you guys might be the people to convince me of it. But I want to go back to the example of where you said, you know, if you believe in something so strongly, it will be real to you.
Okay.
Can you give me an example besides your faith where you've done that in your life? You can take your time.
I don't need any time. Right now, like I was diagnosed with cancer on the 10th of April. Do I sit around pout? Do I give up? No. I go forward.
In God's hands.
I do the best that I can to battle what I have, to go forward in my life, and to either win or lose. If I lose, I die. But I'm going to die anyway, whether it's from cancer or not. But how many more years can I live and beat it?
And I really do appreciate you sharing that, and I have the utmost respect for you in the battle that you're going through. But it seems, if you could just let me finish, it seems to me that you've constructed a scenario where you're going to come out a winner regardless of the outcome.
Isn't that what we all want to be as winners?
Yes.
Do you want to be a loser? Tell me anybody that you could walk up to here and say, hey, do you like being a loser? Are you going to be a loser for the rest of your life? What fun is that? No, we all want to be winners.
Do you think that your faith that you're going to survive this horrible thing might...
I was shot 3 times in Vietnam. Survived that.
Let me just finish this point. Is there any scenario where you can envision that your faith that you're going to come through this might actually cause you harm because you're neglecting to do things that might actually help you? For example, you know, maybe you might skip a doctor's appointment because you're convinced that you're going to get better. You know, can you envision a situation where you're going to be actually passing up valid opportunities to help you because you're convinced that you're going to survive this because you believe it so wholeheartedly?
Yeah, but he's still having treatments. He's going to have treatments.
Can you think of a possible situation where
you're trying to put words in my mouth?
I'm really not trying to do that, honestly.
Well, that's what I'm hearing you say. All I can
if at any point you feel that, you need to correct me, and because I don't want to do that at all.
All right.
And I need to glance at my phone because I need to leave here. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good for. I got about 13 minutes.
And us too. Us too. It's been a pleasure talking.
Oh, you have to go?
Yeah.
I got 13 minutes.
No.
You have to go now?
We have to go.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Parking and whatever else.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I was going to say, you know, I really believe, and I always talk with Jesus. I just do. And
does he answer you back?
no, I just talk and mumble to him. Why does it, you know, I don't know, carry on.
Do you speak with him in your mind or verbally? In your dreams?
In my mind. But last night was the first time
Just a little closer.
when my purse went, I about lost it.
You're going to
And-
cry, sir.
You know, I left my wallet in a gas station 2 weeks ago, and it got
Ooh.
returned.
You're
But tell me your story.
Well, it's just that I couldn't believe it happened, and I thought it could, and he was down looking for it, and I'm pacing the floor, just bawling and thinking, oh my God, all the things that's going to happen if it's gone.
They're going to rack up my credit card. They
And
got
I thought,
pictures of my
why
kids.
did
They've
you
got.
do this, Jesus? And I'm blaming
Driver's
him.
license.
But I thought, you know, oh, shit happens sometimes.
Come upstairs. We went back downstairs, sat at the computer, and started making phone calls.
Right.
And I don't
Here we
know.
are.
That's all you can do,
I
really.
don't understand people. You know, if I had found a purse laying out in a hotel parking lot, I would have brought it into the desk.
Did you pray for the return of your purse just as?
And when he was down looking, I was praying like crazy.
Did you pray for the recovery of your purse just as strongly for the recovery of your husband?
No. It was,
Life in a purse are so far different.
I was praying that he'd find it, but then I was thinking of all the crap that's going to happen if he doesn't find it. So I was just torn.
But if I can ask you to think back to the time where you discovered the news about your husband's cancer, and you presumably dropped to your knees and prayed, and then you had the situation where you lost your purse. How did you throttle back, if any? Was it the same intensity of prayer, or did you throttle it back because it was just a purse and it wasn't, you know, something so serious as like the health of your husband?
Probably more so him. I went nuts there. But and I prayed all the time, every night, every morning.
Frequency? You did it many times. Is that what you're saying? Do you think that if you prayed just as hard for the recovery of your purse as the recovery of your husband, that you would have located your purse?
Well, I would have hoped, but it didn't work out that way. So I don't know why, but that's not going to make me lose faith. It's a horrible way though.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. I really
Yeah.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
You guys have a wonderful trip.
You too.
All right.